Alrighty. So yeah, this call is going to be recorded for those who can't make it. I'm going to give just a few more minutes before we get started. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. If more people join throughout, we'll get them added in here. And this is being recorded, so for those who couldn't make it, we'll get it uploaded to our TracTru YouTube, and then we'll be able to have access to it down the road. So I'm Melissa. I'm with our TracTru support team. Once upon a time, we were doing monthly webinars. We've kind of summarized them into quarterly webinars. We kind of reference either a support team, sales team, or RSMs directly for kind of some input about what kind of stuff they want to see us talk about, teach you guys how to do things, all that fun stuff. As everyone knows, tractor packages are kind of the new hot thing with Kubota. So we want to go over a few different options from design to setup, and just kind of present to you guys what we can offer, what other options are that maybe you didn't know about, and then kind of how to do the back end setup as well, because there's kind of like a multi-step situation going on with the tractor packages. So everyone loves options, and we have a few for you guys. Kubota Brand Builder recently released their build your own tractor package option. It's really cool. You guys are able to build the packages yourselves. It creates a couple different templates of design for you, and then you can put them on the site. So it's a super cool new option that Brand Builder is doing. Before that, we had just the tractor or the TracTru custom graphics that we were offering. These do come at a cost of $150 per package, but they come with a really easy form to fill out. TracTru support makes sure they're set up on your site for you, so it's really easy from your setup. And we also offer like a revision process if you need to update pricing or expiration dates or tweak things. You do have a little bit of a revision time there as well. And then the kind of do-it-yourself option, I just like to shout out when people have someone on their team who's really psyched on creating their own graphics. You guys are more than welcome to do that. With that, there's kind of like the graphic build part, but then getting it on the site is sometimes the part where you're like, I don't know how to do that. So we're going to go over how to kind of set it up on the back end for the best like user experience and for the best like SEO purposes as well. So just do a little shout out here for NorCal. They created their own tractor packages. So they took their own photos, did their own text overlay, and then they set them up on the back end themselves, where they go in and they have the form all set up and working how they want it to look. But we're going to dive into kind of option 1 and 2 here, so the brand builder and the TracTru setup. A couple of notes with the brand builder. So this is actually designed through Kubota Corporate, not through TracTru. So what that means is if you go in the back end and you're working on your brand builder tractor package and you notice some font is off, or you want to have additional attachments, you'll want to reach out to a brand builder contact instead of TracTru directly, because we didn't design that platform, so we can't make certain edits to it. We're more than happy to be a resource for you. If you have questions, we can point you in the right direction, but we actually didn't design the build for the brand builder. What's really cool about that, though, is that you guys can do it kind of on your own time. You can make changes whenever you want. and you can kind of like switch it up on your own time. We're going to look at a quick front end example of what it looks like, and then we'll look at what the brand builder package looks like as well. So this is kind of what it looks like on the front end. We have it set up in our dealer specials widget, which we'll teach you how to do a little bit later. And then, yeah, this is a little bit better picture for you. You can kind of see, you can add certain attachments, add your base, add a logo, pricing, all that. And to do that, this is kind of what the back end of the brand builder looks like. At the end of this call, I'll throw a bunch of resources in the chat. That way you guys can have direct links to everything. But this is kind of what the back end will look like. So you start with your base tractor. You can change all of your financing and APR settings, all of your terms and disclaimers, add attachments, and it kind of like updates as you go in this template platform here. And then once you're done with it, you'll download it, and then you do the back end adding after that. Before we move on to the TracTru custom graphics, does anyone have any questions about brand builder specifically? Feel free to raise your hand or throw them in the chat. I'll keep an eye on that. Alrighty, so option 2, this was kind of our original option. We started sourcing our TracTru creative team to help with creating graphics. We try to make the process as easy as possible. You'll reach out to TracTru support. We'll send you a form where you'll fill out all of your dealership information, all your tractor package information. We take that and then we send it over to creative and they create the graphics for us. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a cost for this one. It's $150 a package, but it does include up to 2 revisions. We set it up on the site, make sure everything is looking good, and then we design it for you. So we'll take a look at an example of this one. This is what those will look like with obviously dealer touches added in there. So you can have your dealer logo, all the pricing attachments. Some people like to represent, horsepower or a couple other features. And then the back end setup is the same as like the brand builder setup. And this is the kind of the important part that we'll talk about here in a second. So with these tractor packages, whether if you go through doing it yourself, brand builder, or through TracTru directly, the setup on the site is super important. So sometimes we'll see dealers with specials of all kinds, whether it's tractor packages, or just other kind of designed graphics, is they place them just directly on the page, but there's no like user interaction involved there. So setting up tractor packages on the back end as a dealer special is really important so that there's engagement and that like SEO comes across on these specials as well. So we're gonna go into the back end and show you how to add them there. So getting to the back end of your website, if you don't know how to get to the back end of your website, reach out to us and we can help you get logged in. But instead of directing right to the page and putting the graphic on there, we're going to want to navigate to content. You'll have this dealer section down here, dealer specials. And then you would create a new dealer special. I created a test one, so we'll come into here just for demo purposes. And this is what the form looks like. There's a couple of important stuff. Everything's important, but the type of special is the first step. So whatever you select in this dropdown is which specials page on the front end this tractor package will go to. So if you put it as parts, it'll go to your parts special page, service specials page. It's an equipment special, so we want to select the equipment specials. You'll add in a title. You can add in a tagline. This description box, you'll kind of put the meat of your TracTru package in here. So attachments, pricing, if you guys have any just additional information, basically what's being demonstrated in the graphic itself. Um, you also have a box for disclaimer. So any expiration dates, any limitations, all of that will go in this box. Um, price doesn't get displayed on equipment specials unless it's posted in the description box. So this can be left empty. But this step is super important. I think just a good rule of thumb is always check this box. While this drop down, make sure the special goes to the equipment specials page. Checking this box, make sure that any additional like dealer specials widget, which you can place on any page, it basically makes sure that that widget knows how to find your special. So just rule of thumb, always check this. And then adding an image. So you can add something directly from your computer, or if you have stuff already uploaded in one of your libraries, you can pull it from there. Last step is just publishing. You'll have publishing options at the bottom and at the top of your page. If you publish it right away, it's live on the site, goes where it needs to go. You also have the option of doing like a start and end date. So if you're only wanting to run a special for a week or a month, you can actually set like a calendar date when it will unpublish automatically. So that's kind of cool as well. And then once you publish it, it'll automatically go to one place, and then we'll go over the second place that it'll display here in a second. So the automatic upload will be under equipment and equipment specials. You can kind of see it's put right here at the top of the page on your equipment specials widget. Title, tagline, coming into the special, it'll be that same kind of backend setup where there's the pre-populated form, additional contact information, and then all of those fields that we filled out on the back end here. The other spot with this example, that it will display on, and we'll show you how to set this up, is this demo site has the dealer specials widget placed on the home page. So that's kind of what this display is here. And it takes you to the same detail page, just kind of that redundancy that everything is set up on the back end correctly. And to utilize this widget, you'll come back to, we'll start at the main dashboard. And instead of where we enter the content, now we're going to go to the page and add the widget that will pull the content. So for example purposes, we're just going to go to the home page, but technically you can add this widget to any page you want. So if you're, creating like a custom TracTru package page or want to add it just anywhere else, it's up to you. The setup will be the same. So we're going to go to the home page and kind of scrolling down to the back end. You'll see that each of these widgets are kind of editable. So this is the dealer specials widget, the one that we're going to be working with. To find it under the list of widgets, it'll be under dealer. And then here's that dealer specials widget directly. I'll kind of drag and drop one for an example because the way it initially displays is just kind of like a bunch of information, and then we want to fine tune how it actually displays. So when you pull it up here, you're like, that doesn't look great. But to make it look like this, you will come into the edit function, and there's 3 tabs you're going to want to edit. The first one is up to you. You can have it publish all of your dealer specials, or you can select specific specials. Just for this example, I'm going to do this select a few specials. It'll show all the specials that you have in the back end, either if they're unpublished or published. But I'm going to go in here and just like select, let's do 3 because they do display 3 across. So right now this widget is going to only show these 3 packages. Under the list and single item settings, these are just kind of standard settings that you want to have set up. List settings is how it displays on like the first page, so like on the home page. And you're going to want to adjust the list template to showcase. And then the single item setting is how it displays on the detail page for each individual special. So you're going to want to do the detail template to special detail new. And once we do that, it's going to kind of create this widget like so. So this is the one that we just created, and this is the one that was already published on this page specifically. And that's how it's set up. I'm going to remove this one for now. But one thing you can always do, especially when you create new widgets, add them to pages, is before you publish it, you can preview the page. So you can load it, make sure it looks okay, go back in, make adjustments, so on and so forth. And then that's pretty much it. So I'm going to pull up our resource page. I'm also going to put all of these resources in the chat for everyone. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll hang out here for a little bit. Get these in here really quick. Doo, 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 doo. I have to do it in 2 parts, it looks like. Alrighty. So just looking over these resources really quick. The first is the brand builder contact. This is who we recommend you reaching out to if you're noticing anything in terms of like the design aspect of brand builder. Jessica can help you out with that. The next link is the URL for the brand builder template. So that's where you would actually go to create the TracTru packages if you're wanting to do it on your own. Next contact is for TracTru support. We are your support for all things websites, but specifically context of this, you'll want to reach out to us if you want to sign up for custom TracTru package designs, or if you need any assistance on getting the graphics onto your site for you. And then the last 2 links, there's one link there for adding TracTru packages to the back end of your site that we went over. And then there's another one-sheeter on that widget that you can place on any page. So those are both instructional one-sheeters there for you. But that wraps up the webinar for today. If anyone has any questions, I'll hang out for a minute. But if not, we'll see you next quarter.